Hey, how's it going YouTube? I'm your host Landon Dowsing, and welcome back to another Most Amazing Top 10 video. Before we get started, I want to know, what is your favorite school subject? Let me know in the comment section below. For me, I loved math and I loved science. What I hated English. English makes no sense to me. So teachers are supposed to be an adult figure who we trust and respect. However, there are a lot of teachers who abuse their powers and they've been caught doing some pretty terrible things. So here are the top 10 teachers who were sent to prison from teaching in the classroom to now in prison. Insane. Starting off this list, number 10, we have a teacher who hit a boy on the head. A drama teacher's career is in jeopardy after she was convicted of assaulting a 13-year-old boy when she smacked him on the head with a folder for talking in class. The boy's parents complained to the other teachers, who then decided to call the police. The teacher was sentenced to 6 months of community service after she was found guilty of common assault. A teacher arrested for repeatedly hitting a student comes into number 9. A teacher from Texas has been arrested after footage of her repeatedly hitting a student was shared. The teacher was filmed throwing papers off of a high school student's desk before she slapped him 5 times. She has been charged with a misdemeanor count of assault and she paid the bail of $2,500. So right now she's just waiting for a court date. A teacher arrested in a cheating scandal comes into number 8. You're a teacher, you're supposed to stop your students from cheating. So what is going on with you? Well, this is considered to be one of the most massive school cheating scandals in the United States. A bunch of teachers were convicted of racketeering, so becoming fraudulent and dishonest. They would raise the test scores of students that were from struggling schools. The judge originally sentenced them to jail once they were found guilty, and they could face up to 20 years in prison. Now at number 7, we have a teacher who was arrested after firing a gun in school. You guys won't believe this. A high school teacher was arrested recently after he barricaded himself in a classroom and fired a shot from his handgun out of a window. And Donald Trump is the one who's campaigning for teachers to have guns in schools. Luckily, no one was injured by the bullet, but the school was placed on lockdown, and thankfully the teacher was quickly arrested, and now he's waiting for a court date in jail. I'm not sure what that teacher's intentions were. Why did he have a shotgun? What was he trying to shoot at the window? We may never know. A teacher arrested on child pornography charges comes into number 6. This is actually so disturbing. True story for you guys. This is my wife's teacher. It was her 4th and 5th grade teacher. He was sentenced to 53 months in prison on 3 charges related to child pornography. Stuart Adams, this guy we're talking about, also faces strict cell phone and internet restrictions and must give them a sample of his DNA and register on the Ontario Sex Offenders Registry. He pleaded guilty to possessing child pornography, distributing it, and accessing it. The police seized thousands of child pornography images and videos. It's a really messed up story. It was really messed up when we found out that this was my wife's teacher. Moving into number 5, we have a daycare teacher who was sent to prison for child abuse. The incident was caught on video of the daycare. There was a teacher striking a 3-year-old girl. The daycare teacher also threw her to the ground at nap time and then told the little girl that she was naughty and that no one liked her. Her lawyer tried to get her off on probation, but the judge handed her a 2-year prison sentence, which good for that. I think she deserves jail time. A teacher sent to prison for hitting a student with a dumbbell smashes into number 4. What is with teachers hitting students? The teacher Peter Harvey snapped in class and attacked a 14-year-old boy. After he was being annoyed by the other students, the 5th-year-old teacher decided it was a good idea to hit his student on the head with a 6.6 dumbbell while shouting, "Die, die, die." The boy suffered from a fractured skull and bleeding to the brain. The teacher was found guilty of attempted murder, and the judge actually let him off with a community service order, which is insane to even think about it. But while he was waiting for his court date, he spent some time in jail. Why did this guy not go away for like 20 years or 15 years for attempted murder? He's clearly gonna do this to another kid again. So let's stop it now. Number 3 brings us to a woman arrested for having an inappropriate sexual relationship with a 14-year-old student. Yes, this happens more than you think. A married middle school teacher was arrested for having sex with a 14-year-old student, and she also gave him marijuana and sent him nude photos over social media. Stephanie Peterson was charged with 2 counts of lewd and lascivious battery and 1 count of transmission of harmful materials to a minor. She is currently in jail and her bail is set at $25,000. A fatal hit and run crash comes into number 2. Christine Beggs is facing charges after she hit a pedestrian with the car and left the the scene. The pedestrian was killed, and the school where she works decided to give her a paid administrative leave. She pleaded not guilty at her arraignment, and her bond was set at $100,000. So I'm guessing on her teacher salary, she won't be able to afford the bond, so she's going to be waiting for her court date behind bars. And in our number 1 spot, we have a teacher arrested for manslaughter. A jury sentenced Tammy Lowe to 8 years in prison for manslaughter and 10 years for failure to stop and render aid after she was involved in a hit and run that caused the death of a 6-year-old boy. She was initially going to face 20 years in prison, but she pleaded guilty to a lesser charge that carries a maximum sentencing of 10 years. Well, that was an absolutely insane list. We have my wife's teacher on this list. I mean, what the heck? Actually, in one of my teachers in high school as well, he was fired for a sexual assault on a student, and I know who it was. It's really messed up. So it happens more often than you guys think. Well, there you guys have it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys all next time.